I am activating a high power energy. I'm speaking. I'm saying up to pa taruk la ye, pararuk im yananan, up to pa ba bab la yehu. That's an ancient tone that opens up the door to protection.
All right, so Lifewave, how do you feel about the state of the world and where it's going? You see humanity when you drive, people going crazy. You know, people beeping the horn. It's just humanity. Yeah. Sometimes I wonder, humanity is doomed, but then my higher self tells me humanity has hope. Where do you feel like humanity is going right now?
To be 100% honest with you, I know that Earth is going into a full reset. Mm-hmm. I know that in order for this society to change, many people have to die off. Mm-hmm. So we're going to see by the year 2030, it's going to be looking like a lot of those movies where this one person is out, this one person is out here trying to find other people and other people to link with. And, you're going to have to get into your tribe, because if you don't get onto the health wave and learn how to survive. And what's going on really is nature, Fatar, is trying to push out the animals out the house so they can live. And what you got to understand is nature want the animals out. Nature don't want all those fishes in your fish tank. Nature don't want all those snakes in your snake tanks. Nature don't want all those cats up in your house like that. It don't want all them dogs up in your house. It want it out there to balance the ecosystem. You wonder why y'all got rats running up through your house all the time, because it's too many inside cats and not enough outside cats. Imagine if all the inside cats was outside, they would be over there and you ain't sitting up there feeding them all these unnatural foods out the can. You know what I'm saying? They all here, they got to fend for themselves. Them cats would eat something. You know what I'm saying? It would kill a rat if it had to. But y'all got you sit up there and say, oh, the cats, they protect your home from rats, which it do, and we honor the cat. We love the cat. We honor the dog too, but we love the cat.
But that's why animals have diseases in the same way that people do.
Exactly. Even dogs have diabetes. You know what I'm saying? So what's going on is you got your cat on the inside of the house. And I love the cat. Trust me, I love him. I'm saying, hey, I had cats too, but you gotta I'm just telling you what's going on. You waiting for that rat to come in the house, but that cat could have been on the outside of the house and stopped it from coming in the house. You know what I'm saying?
So speaking of like the state of the world, what do you feel like all this rain, what do you feel like this means? Because people really believe rain is the water element, and it is. So what does it mean from you and your perspective?
When it's time to rain, it's time to rain. When it's time to rain, it's time to rain.
What's a lot of raining though mean?
A lot of raining, if it's a lot of bad, disagreeable weather, one, it can mean that nature needs some more water there. It could mean that it's trying to flood out a certain area and move people out of that area so it can rebalance the ecosystem. Life is not all about humans, okay? Human life. So if nature wants some more alligators up in that water, it'll flood a whole town just to make sure those alligators, who have been being their natural self, live in a natural state. If we have took their lakes, their ponds or whatever from them, you get what I'm saying? It was like, okay, it's time to give back. You gotta balance it. You can't stop nature. If it wants to rain, it may say, hey, we need more baths in this area to balance the ecosystem. You have to understand that the animals breathe. They breathe, okay? And they breathe out certain chemicals that balance the ecosystem. So with you got all these animals and these fishes in the house, things of that sort, that's the point I was reaching. You're blocking the flow of natural air. That this breath is hayah. Breath carries life. You're blocking the natural flow of this breath into the environment like it needs to be. Okay? Imagine if all the people just took the bees and stuck them inside. It's going to mess up the ecosystem. That's a life form too. Just like that bee balances the ecosystem, cats balance the ecosystem too. Fish balances the ecosystem too. Grasshoppers balance the ecosystem too. We're supposed to balance the ecosystem also. So where we are going in these vibrations is, I say days and time, but I mean vibrations. Where we are going in these vibrations, these are great cleansing. If you don't get with the program, you will be wiped out by nature. It does not care if you live or die as long as balancement proceeds. Why do you think certain leaders died who were so great, who people loved them? Guess what? Maybe that person had to go in order to balance out a certain thing. You get what I'm saying? There could have been one thing that was being preached. I must say preached. There could have been one thing that this great teacher could have been preaching that was disagreeable to the way nature really wanted to take humanity. And it can offset you. It can delete you just to maintain the balancement. That's why you always have teachers popping up to fix the wrongs of the past, as we should say. So we're here in the present, giving you a present. Ashok.
All right, so next question. What is power? And should people chase power or should they chase love?
Power is energy. And when you say should we chase power, what do you see? What do you see power as?
I see power as a form of. I see power as willpower.
Okay, you see power as willpower. What do you see willpower as?
I see willpower as overcoming your obstacles.
Motivation. Power. And do you see power as power is life? Power is life. That's how I see power. Okay, when you're lacking power, you don't have as much life in you. And a lot of us are lacking power. Power is life. Anything that you do, if it gives life to others, that's power. If you give health to others, that's power. If you can wake up others, that's power. You can turn on other people from being asleep, that's power. Power. Shakam. Power.
Just like how they have like those theories, how when the government wants to turn the power off, you ain't gonna be able to really do much.
Right.
What's your take on that, Lifewave?
Okay, when they turn the power off, what you mean like the electricity?
Yeah, there's a lot of theories going around in the conscious community that they want to turn the power off.
They could turn them lights off at any moment. If it gets real bad, which is already real bad, they will turn the lights off. If they know that they're on the chopping block like they're on right now, they're going through all these court systems around the world, they're getting convicted, people are hunting them down. See, what a lot of people don't understand is there's powerful people right now. When you're watching all those unanswered universes pages all around the world, and you're seeing these people, they're floating and they're flying, they looking like Superman flying through the sky, we've seen them figures, right?
Yes.
Those are real, a lot of those are real, those beings really moving like that.
Yeah.
There's beings really moving like Superman, as they say. There's beings really moving like Batman. There's some very intelligent beings. Imagine converting my herbal intelligence into technology, into the tech world. What would I be? I would be like a Batman. You get what I'm saying? I would have all kinds of devices to crack codes, climb up buildings, turn on invisibility cloaks. If I converted my power, life force, to give that reality life, there are Batmans out here. There are beings like that the government officials are really dealing with. People slipping through, they don't even know how this person got in the bathroom. Boom. People getting killed like that every day. It's people out here, there are real assassins out here trying to do a divine work and get rid of the system. There are some superheroes out here that they are hiding from you. It's people that can run around, they move fast as the Flash because they know how to tune into that DNA. They know how to time travel. They know how to move. Okay?
Do you feel like they would ever put that on the news? How they do in the movies? They show like, you know what I'm saying, like Batman on the news.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. They really can't do that because that will mess up people's belief in religion. You know what I'm saying? They want to keep people religious, so they want people to feel like Jesus and God is the Almighty. If somebody sees somebody teleport right up in this room and start levitating and things like that sort. That's how they did Bobby Anoon, who is Dr. York. That man was levitating in front of people. When we was little, that man was levitating. He was levitating. He was calling space. He knew how to utilize certain tones. Also, Jimi Hendrix, he knew how to play that guitar so well, he figured out a tone that can call spaceships up out the sky. When they see that you have this superpower, because we all have those superpowers. You have to understand, we all have those superpowers, but you have to learn how to tap into those superpowers. If they can keep you asleep and keep throwing out these fictional movies, these Supermans, these Batmans, things of that sort, giving you fake cartoon images, you would think it's just a cartoon, and you'll be hypnotized. So every time you sit up there and you want to try to do something great, like, oh, I can do it for real, you'll see a fake character in front of your vision. You can't see a fake vision. You can't see a fake character in front of your vision and then go doing it because it's blocking it. You have to see the true reality. I mean, I'm not saying what you can't do, but it can very well hinder you from expressing that power. That's why I don't really watch cartoons. I don't really watch stuff like that. And when I hear about like movies coming out, it got to be real good for me to sit down and watch it, like Doctor Strange or something. Because Doctor Strange, he's really doing hand movements. Those are real ancient hand movements. That really, and when you move your hands a certain type of way, you can open up portals.
Speaking of Doctor Strange, I also notice in those movies, he also speaks a lot of chants. He says a lot of chants. He was speaking to me about the power of chants.
The power of chants. And you got one right up in your phone. I hope you played it today.
Yeah,
play it as much as possible. Now, the thing about these chants, these are vibrations. These are high vibrations. You have to understand that this like attracts like. Okay, you can positive forces attract positive forces. If I'm speaking a high-powered chant, a lot of them call them mantras, but you know, whatever you want to call it. But if I'm speaking these high-powered tones, all right, these high-power vibrations, I can attract more high power to me. If I put this high power, this vibration into my voice, I am activating a high power energy. I'm speaking. I'm saying up to pa taruk la ye, pararuk im yananan, up to pa ba bab la yehu. That's an ancient tone that opens up the door to protection. It is an ancient tone that we was utilizing before we was even speaking English, which lets you know that this tone is very, very potent. It is an original vibration, original tone, uncorrupted. So I am opening up the door to original energies, the creative forces of life, and uncorrupted energies coming into my presence. I'm bringing myself a shield of innocence to move forward into these vibrations of Hayah, which we call life. This is why they took your lahaj, which is your language, from you, is because when you do certain chants, things can happen. Have you ever, we must not interrupt this with another question until I'm finished. But understand that these high vibrations, these high tones attract high vibrational beings into your being. When you become that vibration by inheriting that tone throughout your vibration, throughout your vocal cords, cord. A cord is connected to something. Just because there's a cord here does not mean that this cord does not plug into another wall, another being. There's a cord. If you have it physically, you also have it spiritually. We know that there's a spiritual side to every physical thing. You have a spiritual side to your heart. You have a spiritual side to your brain. You have a spiritual side to your blood. And it connects to the spiritual world. You utilize your vocal cords in a very, very high vibrational way. You tap into high vibrational spiritual energies. And a lot of these high vibrational spiritual energies are your ancient energies, your ancient beings, such as King Tut, real vibration, Tut Ankh Amun. When you call upon him, he can feel you. When you know the name of a being, you actually can help utilize them into your being, because they'll turn around and look at you. Their energy can focus on you. When you can call upon your ancient ancestors, those ancient tones, your ancestors will focus on you. And you know, when it comes to focus, that's a form of concentration. They're able to put that power on you, and you inherit that. You already inherited, but you express that power. This is why they've been hiding the ancient Tamarans, the Sabians, the Nuwapians. They call them the Egyptians from you, because these beings are very powerful. Now, hit another point. Vibrations and tones. Now, you have, let's say Harry Potter. Harry Potter's a real being, by the way. That's based on true stories. Okay, the being who wrote Harry Potter, I'm not condoning witchcraft. I'm not a witch. Okay? I'm not a witch. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna speak to you about these things. I had to check the comments. Huh? Witches and Wiccans. Wiccans. I'm just using English. But you're right. A witch is a female Wiccan. And then a warlock, right, is a Wiccan. You know what I'm saying? Wicked.
What about a shaman?
A shaman? This is different terms for spiritual people. You know what I'm saying? It's all English, you know? But it's, what I'm just saying is wicked arts of power. Wicked arts of power, that's witchcraft, okay? Wicked craft. Now, I must tell you this. And please don't be the person on my live to say I'm a good witch. Oh, hell, now you're going to get blocked. So monitor that live. And make sure nobody says anything about being a good witch, because this ain't their class.
A man can't be a witch.
No, like some women be like witches. I'm a witch. So I'm talking about them. No, well, I mean, a man can be a witch. You didn't know that?
If he
What you mean? You don't think a man can be a witch? What if that man was born with a female spirit? It's the spirit that gives you your personality. It could be a witch. But a male is called a warlock. And also, a lady who's a witch can have a male spirit doing negative forces. That's a warlock. You know what I'm saying? You see what you see? You see? It goes all ways. That's a good one. But anyway, you seen Harry Potter. I'm getting off of Harry Potter in a minute. I don't want to keep talking about them. But anyway, have you ever seen how they got the wand? They got the wood. They got the holy stick. You know what I'm saying? The wand. A lot of them get their wands from Hollywood. They get it from trees in Hollywood. All right. And it's why they call it Hollywood. Hollywood, there's a lot of witches there, a lot of witchcraft going on. That's why they got the music industry over there and all the entertainment industry. That's why Hollywood is over there, because it's a form of witchcraft that they're putting upon the people. Hypnotism, keeping people under a spell of ignorance. Okay?
That's why they say when you go over there, the energy is very dark.
It's different. Right. It's like the Wizard of Oz, for instance. You know what I'm saying? And it looks like it's you're going to this magical, wonderful place, but you get there, you pull the curtain, and it really ain't what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's that's Hollywood. The Wizard of Oz was going to Hollywood. All right, she was following that yellow brick road. That was the star. What is it?
Walk of Fame?
The Walk of Fame. Yeah, that's the yellow brick road. But they just hit it. Okay? But anyway, they say certain tones. And when they say it, they go, da, da, da. They say certain tones. And things start moving. When you speak certain tones, high vibrational tones, and you know what you're doing, things will move. If you don't see it move physically, does not mean that you didn't just move something physically. You also could have moved something spiritually, which moves something physically.
So what would move spiritually, though? Like your spirit guides?
That too. You can call upon spirit forces to go move things. Make things happen. This is what the voodoo and things of that sort. We're talking about low vibrational magic. All right.
Low level magic.
If we're talking about low level magic, I'm just talking about what people understand right now. Okay. Think they overstand, but understand. Okay. A lot of them are associated with low magic. They and first and foremost, you're not supposed to call yourself hood anything. Like, you got like hood healer, the hood healer. Things like, no, this isn't a diss. No, no, this isn't a diss. I just want this message to also get to her. You know what I'm saying? Hood.
I don't know who that is.
Hood. Research the definition of hood right now. Hood. Hood means fake. Hoodwinked. You've been hoodwinked. Hood means fake. So if you're calling yourself a hood healer, I'm not speaking to the hood healer. I'm speaking to everybody, not just her. This ain't just about her. You know what I'm saying? I'm not dissing her, but I'm trying to tell you that tones and vibrations carry certain energies. Okay? Hood means fake. If you're calling yourself a hood healer, you're not calling yourself this. It's nothing. First and foremost, there's nothing cool about the hood. There's nothing honorable about the hood. In the ghetto, you have drug dealers, you have a whole bunch of molesters, you got a whole bunch of rapists, you got a whole bunch of crime, whole bunch of gang activity, a whole bunch of people who can't eat. You know what I'm saying? And people selling their food stamps to pay their light bill. That's the hood. Okay? And a bunch of kids who ain't even got diapers for real. And a bunch of baby daddies and baby mamas running around fussing and messing with each other with no honor, not watching the kids, Kool-Aid stains on the t-shirt. That's the hood. Okay? It's called hoodwink. It means fake. They gave us these terms. So if you're calling yourself a hood healer, you're calling yourself a fake healer. Okay? You have to give yourself high vibrational terms, high vibrational names in order to reach the goal that you truly, truly want to reach in life. And your name plays a major part of that. And you're not supposed to be naming your child after anybody wicked in the family. Because if you name your child after somebody wicked that has passed away and deceased in the family, that being, that spirit force, by right has the title to also inherit and live through that child. This is why you get certain names. You can literally become your name in the world. That's why you're supposed to give your child a high vibrational name, a meaningful name, a strong name. Okay? And if you love your family members, I understand y'all renaming your child after them. But also do understand that's how you reincarnate your family member through them. It's all about blood rights. We forgot about what blood rights were in tomes. It's a ritual when you name a child. That's a whole ritual. That's not just a name. That's not just let me just call. That's a ritual. And you're supposed to go through ceremonies, birth ceremonies, when you give birth to your child to protect it from negative forces. It's called a birth ceremony. That's what Bobby Anoon, the master teacher, also known as Dr. York, gave us. He gave us the birth ceremonies back. He renewed us. He renewed our stories, and we are here to help push that information and affirmation to the people. All right?
All right. So, Lifewave, something that really is disturbing in these modern times is the gender war. How can we, as a collective, fix this mental illusion?
The gender war?
Yes.
Explain.
The war between the woman and the man.
What is the war between the woman and the man?
What the media pushes.
Okay, what's the result of the gender war?
A lot of division.
Division.
Yes.
Man not wanting to work with women.
Right. It's
Thanks.
both. It's both.
Or a woman don't want to work with man.
Yeah, just trust issues. How do we fix this as a collective?
This situation has been here for a very long time. The male and the female, the male and the feminine. There is no a female is not a male. I don't like that term when they say, I love you, I appreciate you so much, because I talk to so many high vibrational people, and they say, yo, I'm just a womb man trying to do my best out here. You know, when a lot of people talk to me, they be giving me like all kinds of like high vibrational loving terms and stuff like that. I love it, but it's okay to talk to me straightforward. I do know that you may look at me as somebody who's this, and this, which that is who I am, but I'm also a realist too. You know, I'm just kicking it. I may be one of the coolest people you ever meet, you know what I'm saying? So you don't have to stress your brain to talk to me, and I don't have to stress my brain to figure out what you're saying when you're texting me. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm talking to a lot of people, it's always a riddle, so I don't even open it. It's like, hey, divine God, divine God, I love you and your inner works and your understandings of the way that you're maneuvering through the universe, and you're bringing in this optimum energy. And I'm like, God damn, it's 10, 9, 8 in the morning. I don't feel like reading this right now. So a lot of messages go unanswered because I don't have time for that right now. Or recognize who I am, understand that we are speaking English, so it's no high vibrational terms you can utilize speaking English anyway, so just keep it straightforward, get the point across. And we're here to get the point across with you. Okay? Now, they have separated the man and the feminine from working with each other. Okay? The lady and the man. I'm just going to, I got different words for it, but I'm just going to keep it straightforward right now because they understand that the man, no. They understand that the lady, the Gadatat, the goddess, all right, rules the planet naturally. And also, the goddess created man through genetic alterations in order to protect her as a security guard from lower vibrational beings. A strong Gadad can protect you and will fight off a disagreeable reptilian coming to snatch up the goddess. Children. So we came into play to guard the doors. We came into, you know what I'm saying? They got us ruling as kings. You know, but who's at the end of the day, who's sitting beside the king? The queen. The Gadatat. Well, queen means whore, by the way, but you get what I'm saying. The Gadatat. Queen really means whore. Okay, so when oh man, I'm talking too much. But anyway, queen means whore. No, let me tell you something. There was some people out there, you know what I'm saying, that's just straight hoes trying to talk to me and stuff, and they say, hey, God, how you doing? But I see right through and say, peace and love, queen. so I do stuff like that, you know.
Calling a female a queen
is calling
bad.
them, yeah, it's bad. So forgive me for being ignorant.
Okay.
But well, disagreeable. I'm not ignorant. I know what I'm doing. But anyway, what's going on is we are here to protect the Gadatat. We're here to protect the goddess. Gadatat's how you say goddess. Okay? So we're here to protect the goddess. That's what we're here to do. And they know that if they split us up, a protection in this day and time, this vibration has been hindered. So they make sure they give you better jobs than the goddess. Gadatat. And they make sure they give you better government benefits. Not moving in unison. You got to move in unity. That's what the war is about. As long as they keep us divided, our nation is divided. Our world is divided. As long as they keep us divided. That's what the war is really about. They keep us divided. As long as we're divided and they're united, they conquering. Those are conquerors. Alexander the Great, those are conquerors. The great killer. These are conquerors. All right? These are conquerors. Christopher Columbus is a conqueror. Those are conquerors. Those are killers. Okay? Those are conquerors. They are conquering us still in today's time because we are not united with each other like we're supposed to be.
So what are some ways that can help?
And some ways that can help is understanding that we all play an importance in this world. And also stop, what we should say, we can stop boasting ourselves. Like, you know how we be like, oh, I'm a god, I'm this, I'm that, okay, once we get past that, we can learn to work with each other when we get out of our ego.
The ego.
It's the ego. It's, oh, I'm a goddess, you gotta listen to me, oh, I created you. And man's like, shit, the hell with you, you know what I'm saying? We gotta stop that. That's a division. They need us to continue to argue. And when we come to the Gadatat, we're honoring her. We're telling you, hey, you're important, you mean something. This goddess has been beaten down throughout history. All right? Throughout lifetimes. We have to show you our love for you. So that's why we're doing that. We have to, so that you can learn to love yourself and bring yourself back to the love that you need in order to proceed and succeed. That's why we created the computer. We created that computer to give y'all your platforms to do what you have to do. It's your voice. Well, not all your voice, but the computer was created for y'all. The computer was created for the goddess to utilize because the men were being bullies in the workforce. You get what I'm saying? The man sitting up there, we picking up everything. We using our body, we picking up all the boxes. We working in the warehouse, we picking up, we moving, you know what I'm saying? We're men. And then you got a lady right there, she got her 3-4 little boxes, you know what I'm saying? She's picking up, she's tired. It's a lady. So she's not getting hired as much as the man, the good dad. So we gave y'all the computer so you can utilize that. And you can use that as your leverage. We are here to even it out. Balancement. We got more questions? You got any questions over there?
Yes. Got a little bit more questions.
Hold that one.
Okay.
What questions you got? I know I'm going far off.
I'm gonna wait a little bit.
Okay, cool. Great.
Do you believe everyone has a specific purpose? And if so, how do they find this purpose?
You said, do I believe that everyone has a specific purpose?
Yes.
And if so, how do they find their purpose? First and foremost, I don't believe. I do know that everyone has a specific purpose. Some people's purpose is to get cooked and eaten. Some people, that's why some people are here. Some people don't have this divine purpose that many think they have. Not everybody has a divine purpose. If everybody had a divine purpose, it would be imbalanced. There will be no divine purpose. You gotta have positive, you gotta have negative. You gotta have negative in order for positive to exist, and you gotta have positive in order for negative to exist. Some people were literally put here as food for the gods. There are disagreeable beings that snatch people up every single day, okay, and abduct people every single day just to be eaten. Some people's purpose is to try not to get eaten by an extraterrestrial being. A lot of those spaceships that you see and those blue beams coming down, the blue beam, when it comes to a alien abduction, the blue beam come down, and what the blue beam do is absorbs the oxygen out of all the cells of the body and it paralyzes them. It paralyzes them, so that's why they're paralyzed when they're going up. And then when they get aboard the ship, if they want to, they're gonna hit you with other beams of life and bring you back to higher life. The blue beam that you've been seeing, those are abduction beams. Okay, so some people's purpose, some people are bred to be food. This is where the circumcision came into play. They gave people circumcision through religions so they can get certain people to multiply a certain way. Okay? So that they can have babies faster. Like snipping. You know what I'm saying? They snipping. You know what I'm saying? Got the nerve endings exposed so they can ejaculate faster. Okay? To grow more food. Earth is really a farm. It's a farm. And it's a hunting ground. It's a hunting ground. And certain beings came down here to hunt. Such as the predator. Those are real beings from the Andromeda star constellation. And this is in your Bible. They talk about these beings in your Bible. In their Bible. Not just speaking about religion, but it's what people don't want to face those certain facts. And a lot of the ways we look, a lot of us mimicked the look of extraterrestrials coming down. Have you ever seen the people in Africa with the rings on the neck? And it's like the necks are elongated. They stretched it all the way up. It's because there was long reptilian beings, lizard-like beings coming down to the earth. Okay? And the necks was long. Those beings looked at them as gods coming down because they were hopping off ships. Things of this sort. They look like, whoa, I want to be like that. These people powerful. So they sitting up there putting rings on their neck, putting bows and stuff in their lip. Things like that. Putting the gauges in there. All right, altering their bodies. This didn't just come because of style. A lot of it came because they were seeing certain beings come upon the planet and out the surface of the planet, out the inside of the planet, coming to the surface of the planet, expressing themselves. So a lot of us are mimicking the looks of certain beings, coming from different planets, star systems. Some serious stuff. Playing an ancient alien game whole time. All types of S. You can tell they get it from other beings. LO. S don't be human. Right.
Alright, we got a controversial one here. This one's very, very controversial.
Controversial?
Yeah, so what is your opinion about the state of New Age spirituality? What changes should be made?
What changes should be made is we should start pushing ourselves to get to know ourselves first. A lot of us don't understand that spirituality isn't about what that person do. It's about what you do and how you maneuver through the world with balancement. What's so messed up is a lot of us are still looking at spirituality as a religion. Okay? A lot of people are like, oh, look at that person. Oh, this person doing this. This person doing that. He can't be spiritual. You get what I'm saying? No, don't get me wrong.
It's a fact.
Some people should not be doing none of the stuff that they're doing and claiming they're positively spiritual or conscious. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of disagreeable teachers out here that really, really claim that they love you and that they care about the information and affirmation that they are pushing upon you, but in reality, they don't. They just doing it for clout. Because we know that information is a cool thing nowadays. We'll say the term cool. It's a hot topic. So they will pretend they know what they're talking about, but what they would do is they'll sit up there, do a couple little Google searches. They don't read no books whatsoever. They don't discover nature. They don't get out of nature. They're not exercising. They're not eating right. But they sit up there on Google and then go back, you know what I'm saying, and push a quick little video to you and pretend they know what they're talking about, but they can't even hold a class.
Right, and it's becoming like a trend. Like
it is a trend.
It's like popular to be, spiritual now.
Right, it is popular to be spiritual. All the superstars, they are looking at us right now.
Yeah.
Like all of them. I'm talking about from the superstars. I'm talking about Beyonce looking.
Yeah, look at the DMs.
Look at it.
They all in our DMs.
Yeah.
We are the new superstars.
Because this is say that.
We are the new superstars, actually.
Right, the spiritual beings, the true spiritual beings, we are the new superstars because you got to understand, we radiate this. We are stars. You have a star within you. This is solar energy within you. This is a sun. The solar plexus is a sun. Solar energy. The sun is a star. You are a star. And when you know how to utilize that star, you express that and your star gon' shine. Superstar. Some of us are stars and some of us are superstars. All stars align. So if they a star and I know I'm a star, I'm aligned with them somewhere along this way.
Speaking of the solar plexus, how do you make your solar plexus stronger?
How do you make your solar plexus stronger?
Yeah, that sun.
You fast. You empty your gut.
Oh.
Okay, when you empty that gut and you put in that H2O in there, H2O, that hydrogen and that oxygen, that fuel inside of you, it's gonna go here. It's gonna pass through. When you got that pure energy radiating without all the food and all the blockages in there, you can express your solar power even better, your solar plexus, which is the seat of your creativity.
So that's why when you fast, you feel so good.
That's why you attract so much stuff when you fast. Yeah, that's why even when you are in hopes of fasting, you're still on a path of even trying to do better for yourself. You're going to attract a lot when you unblock, you know what I'm saying, those chakras, those energy fields. It's the sun. This is sun energy. And you putting a lot of dirty foods on it, it's like putting dirt on a fire. And it's making your fire lower. So you're not ignited like you should be. A lot of people can become the superstar that they want to be in whatever word it is that you're trying to do. Either it's trying to be a singer, either it's trying to be a healer, you know, a mathematician, a teacher, anything. If they stop blocking their power, they can get somewhere. But food is stopping a lot of people from becoming. I'm telling you, if y'all don't get y'all health in order, a lot of y'all are going to pass away before you even reach your full potential. And you're going to have to reincarnate. You're going to have to come back to the earth again. And I'm pretty sure y'all don't want to do that. Look what we're going through. And also, when you die, when you pass away, do not go to the white light. The white light is a portal. That is a portal of chaos. Do not go to that white light because that white light is chaos. Again, it will help. Push you back to this planet. And you'll come back living disagreeable again. Things of that sort. So you don't want to go through that white light. That's not heaven. That's chaos. It's not heaven. Yeah, it's not heaven.
I was gonna say, like, you know, how do you feel about death? Like, do you think, like, everyone's so in fear about dying and
some people should be in fear about dying. Not saying you should fear anything, but some should.
So do you think you go on, or you think you reincarnate, or what do you think?
Some people ain't going no damn where. And if I knew I wasn't going nowhere from the troubles, if you are a murderer, you ain't going nowhere. You better fear death. Because this your last life. You ain't coming back.
That means that they will be in the astral realm stuck.
No, this means that they will dissipate.
What is this?
They will fade into existence. They will fade out. It ain't gonna be no, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna eventually fade away. You can't go to the new worlds as a murderer. You can't.
But what about them just being stuck in the astral realm?
Some people get stuck, not the astral realm.
Spiritual realm.
We're gonna call it stuck in limbo. Things of that sort, okay? Just to keep it, you know what I'm saying? Things like that, because you don't have to be dead to even be stuck in the astral realm. Okay? People can literally lose track of themselves because they don't have their spiritual guide. They're not tuned in with their spiritual guide. They don't astral project it. And that's how you get those people that's just sitting like vegetables. Because their consciousness is tuned in elsewhere. So you don't physically, you know what I'm saying, your skin don't have to die to be stuck in a certain state, you know what I'm saying?
So
But
what about like our ancestors? They say we can have ancestors. Like we have ancestors, right?
Right.
They're in the spiritual realm.
Muslafu.
Right.
It's called ancestors.
Yeah, and they're protecting us. So
Right.
aren't they stuck in the astral realm, or should I?
Are you saying some of them are not? Some of them are stuck if you're not going to help them get out.
Okay.
Those are your good ancestors, your positive ancestors who had such a great heart to help all the children. You know, keep everybody fed, but they was addicted to tobacco, and they passed away addicted to tobacco. They never burned out that desire. Okay, they're stuck. They're not moving to higher planes because they're still magnetized to the earth through a substance. All right, but if you can teach and you can, they can still listen to you. If you can teach and they can understand you and they're in tune with you, they can listen to your lessons. Like I'm speaking to y'all and these people right here, but I'm also speaking to my ancestors. It's crowds of people. Right here. It's people right here, sitting right beside me, sitting right here. Some of them chills you may feel, that's not always just you. That's them even touching you.
Yeah, it's like a whole army.
Yeah, we're everywhere. You are teaching. When you are teaching, you're also teaching the spiritual world too. Remember, I'm speaking from the heart. And my heart's connected to the spiritual world also. I'm speaking from the spirit. It's my spirit that's talking. It's the spirit that gives you your personality. Forget the skin. This is just a vehicle to express to the physical. So if you have a spiritual being that's literally stuck, an ancestor, because they had addictions, you can free them from their addictions if you could teach them not to be addicted. Okay? And they can elevate if they're in tune with the guide. And many people lose their soul before they even leave this physical body. Your soul and spirit are two different things. Your spirit is your force of life. Your soul is your eternal life. Okay, that your soul it can be burned out too. So, if it's hijacked if you sell your soul, it can be hijacked and utilized by disagreeable beings, and it can burn out also. But your soul, listen, your soul is what's needed to raise your vibration through and guides you through dimensions. If your spirit can only go so far, but your soul, that's your wings.
So what does selling your soul, what is that?
Selling your soul is knowing you're not supposed to be doing something, but you're working for a disagreeable force that works against your soul. If it does not feed your soul, you should not be engaging in it. If you know that you're doing something that you're not supposed to do, you're selling your soul. Don't take $1 million record deal to sell your soul. If you go outside and you know you conscious about this food, about this health food, but you know everybody's screaming and yelling for your hamburgers and your pork chops, things like that, knowing is bad for the people and killing the people, you're selling your soul. You made a deal with the disagreeables forces, and you selling your soul. You can lose your soul for that. For sickening those people. So all your little restaurant owners out here, family members with restaurants, you selling your soul, giving people the poison. You might as well be a dope dealer. Hell, at least the damn dope dealer selling their soul and got a little bit of cash, nice cars. Shit. Huh? Ba'a. It's the soul. Ka'ah. Spirit. Tua. Yes. Shoot, and I'm trying to tell you be no damn dope dealer, but you're doing the same damn thing. You're dealing dope. All right? It kills the people. So what are you doing? You either gonna go hard or you just gonna go home? Like, what you wanna do? Hey, you know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna be a disagreeable, I'm gonna be the best disagreeable. You know what I'm saying? For real. I ain't got no time to play. For real. If I'm gonna be sitting up there losing my soul and going through hell, you know what I'm saying? I might as well go hard. So if you know that that's not in your heart and in your spirit, then you need to change and you need to stop these things. Okay? I should. Questions?
All right. You got one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
your questions are always hard. I'm listening. I'm just playing with you. What?
So can't your soul turn into a spirit? Like black people's soul turn into a spirit and they be stuck on this planet as a spirit?
Spirit and soul are two different things.
Right.
It's you get what I'm saying? The soul, you said, can a soul turn into a spirit? I'm telling you, a soul, from what I know and what I can understand to explain, a soul and spirit are two different things. Okay? You have to understand that a soul is a soul. Like a cat is a cat and a fish is a fish. A spirit is a spirit and a soul is a soul.
So you just lose the soul.
If you lose the soul, that's when you get trapped here on earth. You're not able to raise your vibration to get to higher planes. Your soul's connected, and you also have an oversoul, a soul that manages your soul.
Yeah.
All right? So basically what I'm trying to tell you is, if you lose that soul, your spirit's here. You got to realize, a lot of those mass murderers, those killers, they ain't got no soul. A soul is what gives you a compassion. A soul is what gives you that, how we feel, that emotion of, feeling sorry for somebody, things of that. Okay? Those killers don't have no soul because they don't have that. But they have a spirit, though, an evil spirit, disagreeable spirit, different. More questions. I'm trying to keep this thing rolling because I'm about to get into the dreadlock soon. Okay. But I want questions. I want questions. Clouds. Oh, you talking about the clouds? A lot of your clouds that's in the atmosphere are just ships, all right, covered up by a mist. Okay, so a lot of the clouds that you see are spaceships, alien ships, extraterrestrial vehicles, okay, covered up by a mist. They trying to stay under radar so they can do the job that they need to do. And a lot of that lightning that you see that's not followed by thunder, those are Star Wars going on. Star Wars. That ringing, that signal that you hear in your ear, I told y'all that these are a lot of the beings scanning you. These are a lot of your family members scanning you to make sure that you're okay. They're keeping track of you. This is Star Wars. Some of us hold the green healing light. Some of us have this Jedi power. We are the Jedis. These healers are Jedis. We're Jedis. We're fighters. Overstand? We're fighters. I'm telling y'all to get my scrolls. Y'all got to get my scrolls, okay? You got to get the scrolls. These scrolls are amazing. All this stuff is on paper. Well, not all of it, but a lot of it's on paper. You want different overstandings and understandings of things. All right? So, yeah, we at Star Wars right now. Let me tell y'all something. I want to talk about them aliens. Y'all want to talk about aliens?
The aliens in Star Wars? Because I'm a Star Wars fan. So
Man, hey, yeah, we can talk about them. We can talk about the aliens. And, yeah, we got to upgrade. We got to talk about the aliens. You think they ready?
They're ready.
You have to understand that a lot of these extraterrestrials, we're amongst each other right now. Some of them are your best friend. I can't say what I would have never became, because if it was destined for me to become these things, I would have became these things. But I had a friend, okay? I still have a friend. I have a friend. I was friends with him for many years. He was there since I was a child, but he was always an adult, though. He never really aged much. And this being, he always gave, he was one of the best cooks, things of that sort. I'm not talking about healthy food, but this one I was in my meat eating days. And he was cooking. Man, he'll throw down. I'm talking about he had flavor unlike any other. At this point, I'm thinking, was he really cooking chicken? You know what I'm saying? But he used to throw down. He used to sit up there. He had all kinds of African spices. And it was amazing. It was a being. He was, he just looked like a skinny brother in a struggle. But he always lived in weird places. Like, he'll live in like a garage. Like, not even a garage attached to a house. He'll live in places like an abandoned gas station. Things like that. He'll live in places like that, but get the lights cut on and talk with the owner, talking about he gonna turn it into a store and never have the money to turn it into a store. But he was very interesting, and he had a device. He had a wand. This is when I was getting into a lot of my spiritual works. He had this wand, and I touched the wand, and it shocked my hand. I put it down. I said, "Whoa!" I said, "Yo, your wand it got a lot of electricity on it." You know what I'm saying? He said, "Yep, that's mine. That's mine." And I said, I said, okay. And one day I was talking to him because I cared for his health, because I can see his eyes yellowing and things of that sort. I was like, "Man, look, man, you need to stop eating all that meat and all that cheese, huh?"
He's a reptilian.
Yes, he was on the reptilian diet. If you look at a reptilian, I'm gonna say this. If you look at a reptilian, I'm telling y'all, if you look at a reptilian, look at their eyes. Have you ever seen an alligator's eyes or a certain lizard eyes? And it'd be yellow. It'd be yellow. Now, the medical aspect behind it is you got liver damage, okay? But he's still eating like a negative extraterrestrial, eating these meats. His eyes were yellowing, and I cared for him. And I said, "Hey, you need to stop eating like that," and da-da-da-da-da. I try to give him a little bit of help. This is before I knew I was an herbalist, but I was always health conscious somewhere. When I was eating chicken, I knew it was bad to eat chicken. But I was eating it, though, because of the taste. But I knew that I had to get off of it in order to express my true power one day. But I went back, and I was messaging him. I said, "Hey, man, you need to stop eating that. You need to stop eating that. You need to stop eating that bad food." And he said, "Man." They used to call me man. You know what I'm saying? Birth name, when I came to this planet, is Menashe. Menashe was an ancient king who ruled for many years, real being. So that's the title that I came with. But I give you Hahaha Mitwell as my work name, my travel name, my galactical name. Lifewave, Hahaha Mitwell. All right? Now, I should.
That's the exclusive.
I should. So, but what's going on is, I said, "Hey, You need to stop eating all this meat. You need to stop eating all these bad foods. He said, man, do you know who I am? I can hear his voice through the text. You know, you can hear somebody's voice through the text messages. I said, man, you need to stop eating all this meat, man, and do better for yourself. He said, man, do you know who you are? You an herbalist. I said, an herbalist? I said, that sounds nice. You know what I'm saying? I said, an herbalist? I said, I'm an herbalist? You know what I'm saying? He said, you're an herbalist. Look at the health talk. You're always talking about health. You're always talking about herbs. You're always talking about helping people with natural ways. I said, that's when I figured out I was an herbalist. And he said, look, I have something to show you. What he did was he texted me a video. Mind you, he don't do edits on his phone. But anyway, he told me that I was an herbalist. He sent me a video. When he sent me the video, he sent a video of him. He was listening to, I forget, I think her name was Brenda. Her name was Brenda. She had this song, soy banana, soy banana. She had a song, Brenda something was her name. But he was listening to that. And what he did was, he was smoking. He was smoking. He was smoking something. And he opened up his eye. Quintarius, come here. All right, this is my son I brought in my life. You know, I've been there in his life since he was 9 years old. Come here real quick. I want him to tell you. Come here, because he ain't even in the class. I'm just yelling, and he be over there walking around listening to music. He don't be listening to nothing I be saying sometimes. Come here, look in the camera. All right, tell them, what, you know who, I'm not trying to say his name, he sent me a video, right? And what did you see? You got to speak loud for the camera.
I seen his pineal gland open up.
You seen his pineal gland open up? What was there?
Eye.
All right, let me speak to him. All right, well, he said that he seen his eye open. This man had 3 eyes, literally. He still had his eye there. His eye open right up. And when I seen it, this was one of the first, but I've been around this man for years. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He even knows some of my family members. Since I was a child, I was like, yo, whoa. I seen it. I got scared, right? But how I am.
It was really an eye?
It was an eyeball. The man had an eyeball right here. It opened up. But the thing is, it was closed the whole time. He never opened it. Once he revealed that to me, my whole life started changing. I'm like, okay, I started looking at life different. I started waking up. I started realizing who I even was. I'm like, what gave me the energy for this being to reveal himself to me? What gave him the love to show me who he really was? Man, this man was on a reptilian diet. He is a reptilian.
He lived like one.
Yes, he lives like one. I said, what do you, when I started figuring out, I should have known when I said, you ever been to Disney World? You know something about Disney World? You know what he said to me? This is before he showed me his eye. I wasn't paying attention to the signs. He says, what's Disney World? I should have known then. What person on planet don't know what Disney World is? He always said, yeah, Tat, I shook, man. I shook. He always said that he came off of a shit. You know, but you know, when you under a certain type of mindset, he came off of shit, but he came off of shit. Some people was looking for him. His question is, do I feel like weed is negative? He asked me, does weed attract negative forces? You have to understand that marijuana is for medical purposes only. It is not to be utilized for recreational purposes. If you, let's just say you went to the doctor and you got some medicine that you so-called needed, you're not supposed to be having fun with that, okay? Like a Lortab, for instance. But I'm not comparing weed, marijuana to pharmaceutical medicine. I'm just giving y'all a certain type of, analogy, all right, to relate to. What's going on is marijuana is for medical purposes only. We have our own cannabinoids that flow throughout our body naturally. And these cannabinoids help regulate your immune system and also your psychological awareness. So we naturally have the cannabinoids in our body that we need. Yet, we take the weed, we take the marijuana, and we use it recreationally, and we're putting excess cannabinoids into our body. And with this excess cannabinoids, what the excess cannabinoids do is the excess cannabinoids clog up the endocannabinoid system. Okay? Clog up the endocannabinoid system. The endocannabinoid system can be clogged up from the excess cannabinoids that you're getting from the marijuana that you are smoking, which slows down the signals to be passed through the body through the endocannabinoid system to regulate your psychological awareness and also your immune system. So therefore, if you're putting too many excess cannabinoids because you want to smoke weed every day and have fun and things of that sort, you're causing yourself psychological problems such as insomnia, okay, stress, depression, anxiety. Some of you can't even wake up without smoking. Some of you can't even go to work without smoking. It's because you have damaged your psychological awareness, your system, and also your immune system needs to be healthy and needs to be boosted, but you put these excess cannabinoids inside of your system. You have to understand that these cannabinoids, these are acids. And too much you have to understand that after 7 days of utilizing an herbal remedy at that, right? Listen, y'all, look, man, shut up and listen. Y'all talking about dreads. I'm just being real. Just shut up and listen. Like, y'all, just shut up and listen. Sometimes it comes to a time, just shut up and listen. Just shut up and listen. We still talking about dreads right now. I'm talking about weed, right? They having whole conversations on top of my conversation, yo. We all been in school before in some form. You be quiet when the teachers speak, right? I'm not the teacher that's going to be like, be quiet, please. I'm going to say, shut up. Just shut up and listen. Okay, because I don't have time for this. I'm sleepy. I got to head up the road. I'm still in Florida. I got to be in Alabama soon. But anyway, these endocannabinoids, all right, this endocannabinoid system regulates your psychological awareness, y'all. You're not supposed to be smoking this weed for fun purposes. It's for medical purposes only. You picked it up. You took advantage of that. You wanted to take advantage of that because you wanted to have fun. And listen, let's not be the kind of people that pretend like you didn't just pick up this blunt with your friends or to sneak and just get high. The very first time you picked up that blunt, you most likely was with others. Am I correct? They were rolling up. Right. And you just hit it because they was hitting it too. You're like, hey, well, I might as well hit it.
They call that peer
pressure. Peer pressure. All right? You started hitting that weed because you wanted to, or you was peer pressure to do it, and you just fell for the suggestion. Okay? You didn't just pick up this weed because you're saying, oh, I'm stressed. Oh, I'm going through a whole lot. It didn't necessarily happen like that. You want to have fun. So you was utilizing it for recreational purposes. Understand? Now, if you pay attention to a lot of our leaders who was smoking, who did have a lot of this marijuana running through their body, all right, for recreational purposes, it attracts negative forces because you have to understand that it's something called chakras. When you are intoxicated, you are releasing a lot of red energy, all right? You are releasing a lot of red energy out of your body. Red energy is like an alarm. It alerts things. It attracts negative forces to you. Red energy, when you are smoking, you have to understand that when you are smoking, you're consuming this marijuana in a negative form, negative fashion. You are smoking and you are killing your blood cells. What you are doing is you are killing part of yourself. That is a blood sacrifice. Because you are sacrificing your blood in the process of smoking this weed. That is a negative thing that you are doing. It is a wicked act. You need your blood cells in order to maintain a proper health. If you are sacrificing your health for fun, then understand that is recreation. Recreation. Overstood.